Grandstand bettors, and you know what time it is. It's the end of the week, so it's time for Freebie Fridays. That's where we give you 3 of our best plays for the weekend. This weekend, we have 2 plays in college football and 1 play in the Premier League. They're 2 units apiece, and they are dynamite this weekend. But before we get into those plays and what our picks are, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have NFL Week 9 plays coming out on Saturday night. And every single week we give out free plays, and you don't want to miss out on all of the winning bets we have on our channel. So hit subscribe, get the notifications, and you'll be set and on your way to building your bankroll over time. So without further ado, let's get into this weekend's top 3 plays starting in college football. On Saturday, in the noon time slot, we have Tulane and Eastern Carolina University. Now, Tulane is coming off a nice win against Temple, 38-3, making them 3-4 on the season. They're going to look to beat Eastern Carolina to get back to 500. And Eastern Carolina, unfortunately, dropped a close one against Tulsa last week, 34-3, dropping to 1-4 on the season. Now, both of these teams, we actually took the over last week on our Freebie Friday channel. And both of them, one was good, one was great. ECU, 34-30, that hit the over. Tulane, we had over about 61 again, just like this week's matchup is slated as. And Temple did not put up any points. There was a lot of weather in that matchup. Both of these teams, Tulane, ECU, don't have great defenses, have really good offenses, and their games tend to go over. Tulane, 4 out of 6 games, 4 out of their last 6 have gone over 61 points, and ECU, 4 out of 5 have gone over 61. So if you're combining that, that's 8 out of the last 11 games these guys have played are going over 61 points. So do we think they're going over? Yes, they're going to destroy that number. They're going to go over 61 points. It's not even going to be close. Tulane has a great true freshman in Michael Pratt. This guy is just a great thrower. Averages about, I think, around 13 yards per pass play. They have gone 30 straight points in 5 straight games. They do have a running back by committee, which is a little worrisome sometimes, but their leading rusher, which is Henderson, he's averaging 7.1 yards per carry, which is just astronomical. And ECU's rush defense really struggles in games against the run. So we look for a lot of points on Tulane's side. Now on ECU side, their QB Allers, he threw for 330 last week against Tulsa. He looked really good. Their running back is averaging 5.8 yards per game, and they have a much better offense than their defense. So if you put together both of these great offenses and the mediocre to bad defenses, you're going to get a lot of points. The only thing we're worried about with the over 61 is time possession. They both kind of like to run the ball a little, but their big plays make up for it. So look for some quick scores on some quick possessions to get us Tulane, Eastern Carolina University over 61 in the noon time slot on Saturday. Our play number 2, or our matchup number 2, is going to be between UTSA, that is the Roadrunners of San Antonio, against Rice. Both of these teams have different outsets of the season so far. San Antonio lost to Florida Atlantic 24-3. That was their 8th game of the season. They're 4-4 at 500 for the season. Rice, on the other hand, got a very late start of the 2020 season, obviously due to COVID reasons. They are 1-1, beating Southern Miss 30-6 last week. Now, we will admit, we were a loser on Southern Miss. We gave out Southern Miss minus 1.5 to our members. It absolutely got destroyed by Rice. Rice looked amazing. Rice, over the 2 games, averaging 32 points a game. Their QB, Mike Collins, is just having an unbelievable short season so far. 8 touchdowns to 1 interception. On the flip side, San Antonio, they only really have a running game. Sincere McCormick. What a great name. Say that again. Sincere McCormick. This guy has 171 rush attempts in the 8 games. That's over 22 rushes per game. He has got 7 TDs. He's averaging 5.4 yards per game. The only thing here is Rice actually has a great running defense. So what are we going to do in this game? Are we going to pick Rice? They're a little worrisome. They haven't played enough games. They haven't shown us that they can actually play with a team that can put up some points like San Antonio, which is about 23.5 per game. On the flip side, San Antonio's defense hasn't shown us anything that they can stop anybody. And Rice, in the first 2 games, is ranked 3rd in the College Football League. Sorry, I almost called it the NFL, getting prepped for those Week 9 plays. But they're 3rd ranked in college football right now on passing yards per pass, and it's at around 15 yards. Last week, Rice had some monster plays, 30, 40, even a 75-yard touchdown that made their possessions very quick and put up a lot of points in that win over Southern Miss. So we actually like in this matchup over 46.5. If you're looking at both these teams, they averaged combined around 56 points. And I understand that San Antonio does have a strong rushing attack, and that's what they rely on to get those points. And Rice, on the other hand, has a very tough rush defense. But let's not sleep on the fact that UTSA can throw the football as well. And if need be, they will find some open spots like Southern Miss did against Rice. The only problem with Southern Miss is they kept turning the ball over, and you can't do that if you're going to score points or win the game. So again, UTSA, Rice, over 46.5 points. All right, and moving on to our 3rd and final free play of the weekend. What would a weekend be without a stop by from our friends over at Very Biased Opinions? These guys are phenomenal soccer experts, giving picks, predictions, and antics every week on their YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our description, click over to your YouTube channel, and subscribe for all of your soccer needs. But they have given us a great tip for this weekend. They are looking at a matchup between West Brom and Tottenham. Now, both these teams are trending in opposite directions. West Brom is at the bottom of the table, while Tottenham is at the top. Tottenham just signed Gareth Bale. Actually, he scored a goal in their last, I think it was a Champions League match. He's starting strong for them. You got Son and Kane. That duo has just been scoring loads of goals all season long. They are the top scoring team in the Premier League with 18 goals on the season and the largest goal differential at 9. Now, you might be saying to yourself, okay, so that's an easy Tottenham win. Well, and on the flip side, West Brom at home against Tottenham historically has not been that easy. Tottenham gives up at least usually a goal to West Brom. Over the last 17 matches played, West Brom has scored 1 goal. Now, Very Biased Opinions, if you go over their channel and you look at this matchup and their prediction, they're going to tell you that West Brom's garbage. These guys are going to get relegated. Even though they're not in the bottom spot right now, they're probably the worst team in the Premiership. But looking at it historically, West Brom does score at home against Tottenham. But how do you stop Tottenham's offense? They're going to score loads of goals. You got to think Kane, Son, that duo is going to have 1, at least 2. And when you put all that together, you see a lot of goals in this matchup. So their pick or their prediction for us on this Sunday is going to be over 2.5 and 3 goals on the Asian handicap line. All right. Now, be careful. Make sure you get this play in as soon as possible. When you watch this, I would go get it right now. It's at 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. So you don't want to wait till Sunday morning. Wake up at 7:45 and see that there's already 4 goals in the game and you missed out on it. So get that play in today. So that's going to do it for us. Our 3 big plays. Just to recap, you have Tulane, Eastern Carolina, over 61 points. You have UTSA, Rice, over 46.5. And Thanks to Very Biased Opinions, giving us hopefully another winner this weekend. You got West Brom and Tottenham on the Asian handicap over 2.5, 3 goals. So sit back, relax, enjoy your weekend of college football and the Premiership. Make sure you check out grandstandbettors.com and subscribe to this channel so you can get the NFL Week 9 picks coming out Saturday night. And as always, let us do the work while you do the winning.